We'll start the session in next 2 minutes, okay? Hi, good morning, Prasad.
Right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Akbar. Can I start the session or will wait for a few minutes?
Let's start the session.
I'm just sharing my screen. Let me know once it is visible. Can anyone confirm the screen is visible? With one folder here. Thank you, Jaideep, for the confirmation. My name is Sandeep Kumar, and today we are going to discuss the data modeling part, which is relationships and Power BI. Hope you have downloaded the files of which were shared. Manchi, have you shared or we have to able to share?
Yes, I'll share.
Rakesh is not clear. Is my audio is clear for everyone? Yeah, Rakesh, just check at your end, maybe some internet lag or something. Himanshi has shared some files, 03 relationships. I request everyone to download the same. Everyone, please confirm once the download is done and make sure it is unzipped and you will see these 4 files in that. Hey guys, can anyone confirm that files are okay? You are able to download and unzip. Type D on the chart so that I can move forward. Yes, John, you're right. There are 3 Excel files we have, which we work on today. Okay, let's see our flow today for the Power BI data modeling relationship. We have the 3 Excel files. We will go through them, what is there inside. First of all, understand the structure of the data which we received. I opened this 34 Excel file here, and here we have a sales transaction table, and it has the information like invoice number, invoice date, and product area and customer code, and we have these metrics, the quantity and sales amount, cost of sales, and these are the expenses, general administration expense, and this is one more expense, and this is advertising. Yes, Prasad. Still we have not started. You can download.
Have you all downloaded the practice files? Please give your confirmation that you have downloaded the practice files.
Yes, most of them confirming. Uh, is my voice is not clear? Is it now? Okay.
Anyways, let's continue.
Yes. Currently, we have under the sales table, we have invoice rate, invoice date, and some codes, area code, customer code, product code, and we have quantity, sales, and cost of sales, and this two are the sales and distribution cost, and this is general administration cost, and this is advertising cost. So these are the metrics we have, and out of these, we need to create a visualization which will be deriving some KPIs and metrics, whatever insights we have. But however, these three, by seeing these three, we cannot understand what is the area code and customer code and product code. Something we require more information, something like area code and what is the area code and who is the manager for that and some other information. Similarly, here we have customer type as well as the customer name, which this information is required part of the customer code. It will be more clear. Similarly, for the product code, we are expecting the product name and what is the subcategory, some other information, so that it will be clear. So as these three are not more clear, numbers are not readable clearly. So,
Hello.
Yes, Samaji.
Hi, Sandeep. So let's
Yeah.
do one thing. I'll start the session.
Yeah.
I'll explain one portion and then you can repeat it again. Is that fine?
Fine. I will.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll share my screen.
Yes, please.
Okay. Is my screen visible to all?
Yes.
And I hope I'm clearly audible to everyone. Okay, I'll share the practice files again. I've shared the zip file. Make sure you download it and unzip it. How to unzip? Let me share. So here, when you download it, you can see it will be in this format. When you right click on this, you get this option extract all. So I have already extracted. You need to click on extract all. So this is how you can unzip your file. Okay. Now, before we understand what is relationships, let's first see the files that I have shared with you. You should be having 3 Excel files and 1 Power BI file that is named as relationship model. Okay, everyone has to open the file relationship model. Please open this file relationship model. Once you open it, it should appear something like this. Please give me a confirmation that you have opened. Type yes or no in the chat box. Yes, we have got confirmation from many of you. Okay. Now, let us first see the Excel files that we have. Okay. So this is the first file that we have. We have the file name 34 sales. And the information that we have in this file is invoice number, invoice date, area code, customer code, product code, quantity, sales cost, and the other things. Okay. The other file that we have is 35 masters. Okay. Here in the 35 masters, we have 3 sheets. The first sheet is M_products. Here we have all the information regarding the products table. The second sheet that we have is M_customer. Here we have the information about our customers, and the third sheet that we have is about the sales repository. Here we have it in this sheet. Okay. So the first step that we need to do, anyone remembers what is the first step to be done? How do we get the data to Power BI? Please type it in the chat box. Yes. Nadir says load data. Mohammad Safdar says data load. Someone say no, we don't remember. No worries. So coming back to Power BI, we will import our data set into Power BI. How to do that? So here on the center of the screen, we can see 4 options. Import data from Excel. So we have our data in Excel. I will get my data from here. Okay. Now you have to locate where you have saved your downloaded file. Mine is here. So first I will be importing the file 34 sales. Okay. Have everyone reached till here? Have you all selected the file 34 sales? Yes. Good. Okay. So when I click on that open, it will give me a preview of what the file has. It has one sheet that is named as F_sales. Okay. So whichever sheet we are loading, we need to select that first. So I have to tick it over here. I have to check the box so it will be visible. Now we have 3 options: load, transform data, and cancel. What should I do? Please share what should I do, load or transform data? Nadir says load. Priyadarshini says load. Saptar says load. Okay. Okay. Amit says transform. Let's go with transform. I will tell you why. Okay. So this is, we are into the Power Query. When we click on transform our data, we will get directed to Power Query, where we will be able to transform our data set. Whether our data is clean or not, we should make a practice to always click on transform data, because there are some chances that we need to make some changes in our existing data set. So with the help of Power Query, we can do that. Okay. When I get into Power Query, we can see the exact data which we saw in Excel. We have all the columns here that we saw in Excel. We need to check for the data types of all the columns. So let's begin with the first column. We have invoice number, and this is the data type of this particular column. So it says ABC, means the data type of this column is text. And that's correct because these are not numbers. This is alphanumeric. Okay. Moving to the next column, it's invoice date. So here the data type is date and time. For area code, the data type is whole numbers. Now, should I keep the data type of area code as it is, or should I change it? Can anyone guide me or tell me, should I keep the data type as whole number or should I change it? Okay, Hardik says we should change it. Why? Because this is the code and we are not going to use these columns or these values for any calculation purpose. So if we import our data into the Power BI for visualization, it will summarize it and give us the summation, which we don't want because it's just a code. So for area code, customer code, and product code, we will be changing its data type to text. So we will do it all together. I will click and press Control to select them all at once. Okay. And here at top, we can see this transform. Under the Home tab in the Transform section, we can see Data Type section. Here I will change it to text. So we have changed the data type of all the columns to text. Okay. Moving ahead, we have quantity, sales column, cost. Now, for the cost column, the data type is decimal because there are some decimal values. For this column, it's also decimal and others as well. So for now, we have cleaned and transformation which were necessary for this data type is being done. So I will close and apply. Once I click on close and apply, it gets into this Power BI sheet. Those who cannot practice along or do not have the practice files right now, please focus on my screen and keep taking notes, because now if you go back, get data, and it would not be possible for you to get along. So kindly focus on what is being taught and keep taking notes. Okay. Here we can see under the data section, we have our one file f_sales along with all the columns. Okay. The next file that we had is 35 masters. So let's import the other file as well. So for that, under the Home tab, we have this Get Data option. Okay. Here, under the Get Data, when I click on this small arrow, it shows me multiple options that which data source are you willing to get. So I want Excel workbook. I will click on that, and the file that I want is 35 masters. I will click on it. Here we had 3 files, 3 sheets in that Excel file. So it is showing these 3 options. Now we have to decide which sheet are we going to import. So I want all 3 of them. So I will be checking all the 3 boxes. And here for all the sheets, we can see a preview. Okay. And again, we have this option, load and transform data. So we will go with transform data. Okay. So for first sheet that we have is m_sales rep. Here we can see that we have area code, salesman code, the salesman, city, everything. So our data is clean. We just need to check for the data types. Okay. As we did in the previous sheet, we have to change data type of area code as well as the salesman code. So I will click Control plus click and select both the columns together. And here I will be changing its data type to text, because we do not want to perform any calculation on this particular column. Is that clear? Have you all loaded these 3 sheets? How many of you have loaded the other 3 sheets as well? Okay, I'll slow down. Samuel says he has done. Roshni is done. Okay, so for Jocelyn, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but it's something like this for you. When you click on this small arrow, it will be in this form, the expanded form. Okay, moving ahead, we have area code and salesman code, changed its data type to text. We have salesman, name of them in the text format, city, manager, country, regional manager, everything is all good to go. The next sheet is M_products. So we have product over here, it's product code, and the data type is again whole numbers. So we will change it to text. One thing that I am showing is from the home tab. Another way you can do it is directly click on this small box and you can change its data type from here as well. So we have changed the data type of product column. It's the product code. We have category, water and dispenser, and its subcategory, and other all data types for the columns are good. Coming to the next sheet, it's the M_customer. Okay, we have the first column as customer name, the second column as customer code. For this column, data type is good, it's text. For customer code, we don't want it to be numbers, we will change it to text. And I will replace. Then we have the type of customers, which is also text, and latitude and longitude, which is decimal. It's fair enough. So we have changed the data types for all the other three files as well. Is this clear till now? Have you all understood? Any questions? No questions, I guess. Okay. So here on the left top corner under the file, we can see this small icon, close and apply. You have to click close and apply. So earlier we got the first sheet that was F_sales. Now we've got other three sheets as well. Let's see we have the columns for them or not. Okay, we have all the columns under each table. Okay. Is this done till here? Have you all loaded all the 4 sheets? Okay, great. Moving ahead, let us find some insights from the data that we have. I want to find out the sum of sale by the customer name or customer type, let's say. So I will insert a table from the visualizations, or we can directly drag the customer type in the center, and I will drag the sale from the F_sales. Okay. I have a table that shows me the sum of sale by customer type. Okay. Next, I want to see the sum of sale by country. So I will drag the country to the center. Let's change it to table. And the sale from the F_sales. So you can see we get various numbers for customer type. For every customer type, it has a unique value, even for the countries. Now I want to see the sum of sale by product. Okay, so let's bring the product name and the sale. Do you see something weird in this? What do you notice in these three tables? Anyone? Asna says yes. What do you see? Same number. All total is same. Same data. Sum of sales is same. Yes. Why so? For the customer types, we are getting the actual numbers. Like for hotels and caterings, we're getting the different number. For hypermarkets, we're getting the different number. In the country, we have different values for Bahrain, Oman, Qatar, UAE. But why is it happening for the product? Third table, all numbers are same. Okay, let us understand why is this happening. So on the left side, we can see these 3 to 4 small icons. Currently, we are in the report view. Okay, let us go to the model view, which is the third one. I hope everyone can find the model view. See, here we can see that this F underscore sales is the fact table and the customer and sales rep is the master table. We can see that both of these tables have some relationship with the sales table. We can see this line 1 and this shows a star. That means it is a one-to-many relationship. But the M underscore products do not have any relationship with this table. Okay. Because we do not have any relationship between these two tables, it is the reason why we are getting this irregular values, or we're getting the same value for all the products. So how do we solve this problem? Let us see in the table. Let's come to the table view and understand that which column is matching with the fact table. So from the master's customer, that is M underscore customer, we can see that customer code is matching with the customer code of sales table. Similarly, for the sales rep, area code is matching with the area code of sales table. Then we do have a product code as well. Why is it not matching with the product table? We will go to the table view and understand that. See, under the sales table, we have this product code. Now, let's go to the products. Here, we have product code as well. But why is it not related to the sales table? Because the name of the column in both the table is different. And it is not able to identify because of the difference in the names in both the tables. Here it's product. Though we have code, product code in the product column, but it's not named as product code. So it is not forming any relationship. Correct. Here we have product code, but the name of the column is product. And in the sales, it's product code. So it's not able to identify. What will we do then? Anyone has any suggestions or anyone has any idea what to do? Rename. Okay. Abdul says rename. Mustafa says change the name of column, drag prod to product code. Samuel says that drag product to prod code. Create a relationship. Just link manually, name it similar. Manage relationship. Okay. Tia says rename. Let's see what we can do. Rather than renaming the column, what we can do is just create a relationship manually. And I will show you how to do that. The product column from the products table, we will drag and drop it on the product code of sales. So it will be showing this relationship thing that from table M underscore products, you want to connect the product column to the table of F underscore sales. Which column of this table? Prod code. Okay, I will save it. And we have a relationship formed over here between the sales table and product table. What do you think? Will there be any changes in the tables that we made earlier in this report view? You think there will be any changes? Or the output might have differed? Let's check. See, now we have different values for all the product name. Understood? How many of you are able to do this? Okay, I will explain it again. Here, let's remove this. We have this product column in the products table and prod code in the sales table. We want to create a relationship between these two tables on the basis of product code. But the problem is we have different column names for both the tables, but the values inside them are same. So I will be dragging the product column from M underscore products to the prod code of F underscore sales. That is the product, the column from masters table to the fact table. Just like this. Here it will be asking you confirmation that from this M products, you want the product column to be related with the prod code of the F sales. And when you click on save, a new relationship is being formed. And when you hover over it, it will show which two columns are connected. Any questions?
Hello everyone. I hope you can see me, hear me. Hi Samuel. Hello Nadir, Prasad, Mario. Good. How was the session from Himanshi about the relationships? Were you able to understand how to create a relationship between any two tables in Power BI? Amazing. The pace was good. The pace. Was it good, slow, fast? Perfect. Roshni, Nadir, perfect, good. Okay, so this was just an attempt from our side for the community to like have maybe 30 minutes, 45 minute sessions sometimes during the weekends so that you guys can learn. Will it be useful for you? Abante, the pace is purposely designed like that because the people, when people ask like, okay, how to unzip the files and all, so that means we need to keep it at a slower pace. It depends on the audience. We can make it very fast also, but then some of you will say that it is fast. Okay. Himanshi is very good in relationships. Yes, Power BI relationships. Good. Okay. So now tell me one question. I have one question in mind, and you should be like answering it. Why are we doing these relationships? What is the benefit? What is the benefit of doing it? If it was Excel, let's say there was no Power BI, no relationships, what you would be doing? What you would be doing? Pivot. Before the pivot, Ajmer Sharif says we look up. Yes, you would be doing VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, index, match, these kind of things you would be doing. So that is the whole purpose of relationships. And what happens with the VLOOKUP? What happens when we do the VLOOKUP? When we do the VLOOKUP, okay, when we do the VLOOKUP, we will bring, let me show you. Let me share my screen. Okay, Himanshi, I will share my screen. Is my screen visible? Yeah. So I believe some of you might have attended our previous workshop, and here we get sales manager, salesman, customer, type of customer, product name, country, location, all these things we will get after doing the VLOOKUP. Now think of it. How many lines are there in this data set? This data set is having roughly 3,745 lines. What Himanshi was working, that is having roughly 80,000 lines. If you do one VLOOKUP, one column VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP, you generate the same number of lines, same number of cells along with the formulas. So think of it. If I need to bring this much only, which was not there originally, maybe this also, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 80,000 lines she was having. So how many cells with the formulas you are generating? You are generating roughly 560,000 cells with the formulas. They're always working. So that puts a lot of pressure on the performance of the file. Clear? That puts a lot of performance pressure on the file. And then you might have seen many times that my file is slow. It keeps on doing that calculation at the bottom right. So that is the benefit. It is not pulling the data into this file, the transaction file, where we have the transactions or the more detailed informations, and we are pulling it, we are keeping it, not pulling it, we are keeping it in the original tables wherever they were. We are just trying to connect based on something common like VLOOKUP, and need based, it gets pulled. Not always need based. And that is why this is much more efficient and it can handle data in millions of rows. Actually, the Power BI can handle data up to almost 2 billion rows. Clear, everyone? So this stuff, what we taught today, is coming straight out of our paid program. Okay. How many of you are already part of that program, by the way? Type me in the chat box. Tia is there. Very good. Tia is our staff performer. Sanjay ji is there. Okay. Hi, Sanjay. Amit, not yet. Okay. So if you guys are interested, just let us know. I would like to join. So Prasad, we will share the details. Okay, it's a $200 program. Okay, and the live batch starts on 18th of October, next Saturday, I guess. Okay. So that is the details. We will share the more details in later. How many of you are interested, guys, to join that kind of program? If you are not part of it, if there are enough people, then I can spend some time on that. Otherwise, we will keep it separate one-to-one. Okay. Any other questions related to the joints, relationships and joints? Any other questions? Okay. Amit is there. Mario is there. Clear. Okay. Good. If no other questions, yeah, Mohammed Omar, I think you have raised your hand. Please type it in the chat. Or hope it is already answered. Shanmugam, shall we get the recorded version for this practice? Yes, this we will share the recording. Let me put it. Just a minute. So here is the recording of the today's session. This is on YouTube, live on YouTube currently. So you can go and watch it over there. Can you please more elaborate for the sessions for the whole course? Okay. One-to-one, many-to-many. Okay, I will share that. Himanshi, can you share your screen? Because I don't have the files as of now. Can you share your screen with the Power BI and I will explain it over there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Visible?
Yes, it's visible. Okay. So I think some of you are asking that what is this one-to-many, many-to-one, these kind of things. Okay. So guys, please understand that this is one and this star represents many. I hope the screen is visible. Himanshi's screen is visible. Yes, no, guys, please respond. Be active in the chat. Yeah. So these are the things which some of you were asking that what is the difference between this one and many and what is like, what do these symbols mean? Okay. So this is a master table and this is a transaction table. What is the meaning of master table? That we are having, okay, which customer, what type of customer he is, what is his name or location, latitude, longitude, okay, city, whatever kind of details it might have. Here what we are having, who purchased, on what date, what he purchased, okay, and then he belonged to which area code, which customer code, which product code, all those things. So this is a transaction table and this is a master table or lookup table also some people call it. Now what is the difference between the two? Here we want the same product. Let's say we are talking about a customer. A customer buys it on maybe today, which is 12th of October. Maybe he will buy again after next 1 week. Maybe he will buy again next month also. So the customer is coming again and again. And that's why he is coming many times in this table. But this is a master table. Here, a customer doesn't need to be represented multiple times in multiple rows, right? Because it is just a master table. It is a list of customers which we are having. Okay. So that's why it will be appearing one. Now, if this is one and this is many, that's the best relationship in Power BI. That's the best relationship in Power BI. Because if it is not one to many, then the Power BI model will get confused. Okay. What is the type of this customer? There are two lines, there are three lines. Okay. If it is getting linked based on Himanshi, can you hover on this line between customer and sales? Between customer and sales, just hover it. Yeah. So it is talking to customer code, customer code. If the same customer code is having multiple lines in the master table, in this table, Okay, in this table, if it is having multiple lines, then it will get confused. What is the name of this product, this particular customer? Where does it belong to? What type? Because it will get confused multiple times if it is coming. That's why it is essential to have it only once. And here in the F sales, we want him to buy it again and again. Let's say you're buying our course. We want you to buy again and again. So obviously you will get repeated in this table. For the free workshop, for sometimes for advanced sessions. So that is the reason of having it multiple times. So here it is the nature of the business that we want it to be appearing again and again. That's good for the business. Sales will increase, profitability will increase. But here it is just a lookup table. We just wanted to fetch additional information related to the customer. So we are having it only once. So no repetition is there based on the field which is used in the relationship. So customer code will not be repeated multiple times. Same is happening over here. Product is a master table. This is a transaction table. Same product is getting purchased multiple times, but the list of products, it is only unique. It happens with VLOOKUP also. When we do VLOOKUP, if the same value is appearing multiple times, VLOOKUP says, okay, I will only fetch the first one because otherwise I will get confused which one you want. Okay, that's why it gives the first result from the top. I hope that's clear. One to many. So cell names are important and not repetitive. Amit, the column which is used in the relationship, that should not be repetitive in one of the table. Samuel says, finally, I understand. Mario says, clear. Good. Okay. So many to many are clear no. They should not be there. One to one, possible in some scenarios. Okay. Maybe the number of lines in this table and this table both are same. So that's why one to one may be possible. Okay. But generally, the real business scenario is one to many. Some people will also call it many to one. It depends on where are you looking at. So if you are looking from this table to this table, then it will be called one to, this direction says to many. If you are starting from this table, then you will say many to one. Okay, that is the difference between one to one and one to many and many to one. Both are same actually. And Power BI is smart enough to identify if your values are duplicate in one table or they are unique in other table. Accordingly, it will give you these symbols by default. Himanshi, can you double click on this line? Yeah. So here also you can see that this is the top table, transaction table. This is the customer table, and that's why it is known as many to one, because it is the upper table to lower table. Relationship is read like that. So many to one. Here it is coming multiple times. You can see 1525, 1525, 1525. This guy has purchased maybe multiple times. 12th September, 13th September, 14th September. And here it is a unique list. Now this field, if you look here, supermarket is getting repeated. That's totally fine. We can have other values being repetitive. The relationship was based on customer code and customer code. You can see this highlighted part. So that column cannot be repetitive in both the tables. That is the clause or condition. Okay, so that is the meaning of cardinality, nothing else. And always make sure that this is checked. Make this relationship active, because if this is not checked, then it will not be usable in the reports. Okay, what if I have a couple of fact tables and many masters? I need to have a relationship with all the fact tables. Will I, Kamlesh, Varan, you need to showcase the exact scenario, then we can comment on it. But it is possible that you can have multiple fact tables and multiple masters. Okay, and the masters can talk to the fact table, one fact table as well as the second fact table, same masters. Okay, it is possible in the classic case of budget versus actuals. Okay, it is like that. Budget is a fact table. You're planning for every month again and again. Okay, and actual is also granular, so it will get repeated again and again. So both are fact tables, but there is something common between them, and that's where the master's role come into picture. Relationship is active by default, but when you try to create more relationships, then you will also see inactive relationships. So between any two tables, generally one active relationship is possible, but if you try to create more, they might go inactive. So always see that it is active or not active. And how to identify active inactive? Can you please cancel, Himanshi, this particular window? Currently, the line between the two tables is a solid line. Sometimes it may be appearing as a dotted line. So dotted means inactive. It is not being used. It can be used through formulas, but by default, it will not be used. Himanshi, right click and maybe you can make it inactive. Properties, go to properties, double click. Yeah, uncheck this, click save. And now you see it is inactive. It is a dotted relationship. Now, what is the impact of this on the report? Can you go to the visuals, Himanshi? The customer table will say, I don't have any communication established with the sales table. So my sales numbers are same for all the values of my customer tab. So none of the fields from the customer table will be useful now because the relationship is not working. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Otherwise, we can call it a day. Can you share the details of the program? So I will quickly share it in 1 minute, guys. If I have it ready, let me just a minute. Yeah, Himanshi, I will share the screen. So we didn't come here for pitching this program, guys. It was the session was only meant for learning. But if some of you are interested, I hope my screen is visible. And this is the detail. We have a recorded program which will be accessible for next 1 year. We have live bootcamp which starts from 18th of October, which is Saturday. So it will go for 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, 3 hour session every Saturday, Sunday, with including doubts and other things.